What is up, Napolitanos? This is David Peterson. Today we are at the 3rd Street Farmers Market. Looking at that. And we got some folks in the background having a good time here today. So let's go check it out. So, as mentioned in that fun intro, we are talking about farmers markets today. And there are a ton of them in Naples. In fact, all over Southwest Florida. They have them from Marco Island, Bonita Springs, Estero, Naples. So yeah, they're all over. Today we're going to cover 4 of them. Shout out to the cute girls in the intro there. They made it really fun, so I decided to keep it in there. So this first one we're looking at is 3rd Street South. Now this is in downtown Naples area. And that drive there, we drove through 5th Avenue. So we drove through 5th Avenue and now we're on 3rd Street. And this one, as you can see, is really busy. There are a lot of vendors and there's a lot of people. This is by far the busiest of all the farmers markets that we'll be talking about today. And it's a lot of fun. We had some live music here. I am not much of a gardener, but I do like to do it even though I'm not good at it. It's just kind of my way of connecting with nature. These are orchids. They are beautiful. You'll see them around town. People will mount them to their existing trees, so they're kind of like a parasitic. They will latch them onto other trees and they will grow in those other trees. You got your bagel shop. Now some of these that have the smaller tables, they are selling their local produce, like the one we're looking at there. That's just, there's not every fruit and vegetable will grow in Naples, or if they do, they don't grow them big enough. This Friendly Birds, they've been around for a while. They sell some really delicious fruit. I think they're from the college, Florida Gulf Coast University. I could be wrong on that, but I thought one of them was like a horticulturist there, and they might have a garden and they bring fruit down from those. Anyways, best mango I ever had was from those guys, so shout out to them. So they really do take up quite a large chunk of the street. Here you can start to see some Christmas decorations are already going up by the fountain there. I've eaten a lot of these shops. The gyros, I had a gyro here once at the Greek tent. It was pretty good. It was $10 if I remember. So if you're in the mood for a gyro, that's where you can get it, right there. A lot of times you'll see these, they sell them in buckets like that, and they'll usually sell them for $3 to $5. But this particular vendor had a really bright display, so I might use that for the thumbnail. This is just a shot of the street, kind of a time lapse of people going by. The guy next to me had a dog, so it's kind of fun to see all the dogs stop and say hello to each other. They have kind of their own language, I think, and they talk to each other. Now this next one, this is St. Paul's. This is St. Paul's Episcopal Church, and this is in their parking lot. It's the same thing. It's Saturday morning, and it was a lot smaller. There's some local produce here, but one thing that stood out about this place is they actually had books, and so I hadn't seen that at any other farmers market, so that was kind of different. Although the books, they didn't seem like a large variety of books, and you'll see right here, there were like a ton of books by like Lee Child, just like a ton of them. So I don't know why they had so many books like that. Here's another doggo for you dog lovers out there. And they had some flowers here as well. That's one thing almost every vendor will have. They all have produce and they all have flowers. This was a much smaller flower shop. I imagine it costs less to set up shop in the church parking lot for there. This was another shop that was really unique. I didn't see it anywhere else where someone was selling aprons. And again, this was another unique shop. You can buy seashell products and ornaments other places, but I saw two of them here. And so I might actually go back and get some because my mom loves ornaments. So Mom, if you're watching, that might be your Christmas present. So we'll see. But yeah, here's some more ornaments that were homemade. They take the seashells. A lot of times they don't actually harvest them on the beach. Some do, but a lot of times they'll just buy them imported. So a lot of seashells from around here will come from Thailand actually. Yeah, I guess they just have a good market for that, and they can export them cheaply and have a lot of different seashell life variety. Yes. Now this place actually isn't a farmer's market. This is Celebration Park in Naples. This is off of the Bayshore development. But I included it because it's kind of got that open air feel. Now I actually came here before it opened. This was Saturday morning, and they open around lunchtime, so they weren't actually open yet. But I do love this little park here. So when you're done with any of the farmers market, you can come here for lunch, and then I think they're here most of the day as well. But it's cool. You can sit and watch the boats. And they've got a little bar area back there. So if you drink, you can get your drinks there as well. You get your food. But a really cool spot. I really like it. And despite being a road there, it's actually quite peaceful. So really enjoyed that. Got the banana tree there. Yeah, so a really cool spot. And we'll walk back through here. Now we are at the Golden Gate City, and I'll put all the addresses and dates and times and websites in the description below. One, it'll help me rank, but two, if you want to go to any of these places, you can see it here. And this is probably my second favorite farmers market. It is decidedly Hispanic. There's a lot of Hispanic speakers there, not all, and the food there, the vendors are they speak Spanish as well. So I actually did buy some food here. This guy, he sells coconuts that are ice cold, and it's seasonal. He doesn't always have them. I think he gets them from some of the locals, maintenance workers that cut down from the coconut trees, because if they don't cut them down, they'll fall in somebody's car. So these local workers, they get all the coconuts from their job sites, They bring them home, drink them, and then I think he gets them from them. He probably buys them, you know, because they'll get a ton of them as they work around the city cutting down all the coconuts. But anyways, when he has them, it's great. I mean, it was really good. And the first time, and it might be seasonally too. We're getting close to season. Today, he charged me $2.50 for this coconut, but in the past he's only charged me $1. So it just kind of depends what kind of mood he's in, how many he has, or you know, that could depend on a lot of things. But I figure $2.50 is still a pretty good deal for on a hot day. That's good. That's really good. It's super sweet and juicy. It's awesome. Love this. Now here I saw this family. They were making some. I was really impressed. They were making their tortilla shells from scratch. They charged me $6 for a quesadilla with carne asada. That's the steak, and with the homemade flour and corn mix. Not quite sure what it was made of, but one of those two, or maybe a bit of both. It was really good. So this is why it's my second favorite place. If I'm ever craving Mexican food, now this is the Vanderbilt Beach Road Farmers Market. And this one's a good blend of, it's got a lot of food vendors and it's got a lot of artisanal type shops, but it's not so packed. It's not as crowded as 3rd Street South. So I do enjoy this farmers market, but if I had to rank it, I'd rank 3rd Street South as my first #1 favorite, because I do love all those people. I love getting into the thick of it and seeing all the vendors and all the fun things. And you'll also see vendors here that are in both places. This bagel shop is, for example, and the key lime pie and the Argentine empanadas. Here's the perfume shop I was telling you about. My wife bought some essential oils from them. And one of them smells just like the beach. It's pretty cool. So that's the one we got. Now, one trick for you guys is that if you see stickers on them, they're not going to be local. Alright, so if you see stickers on any of these fruits, it's just, if you're a local farmer, you're not going to take all the time to put stickers on all the fruit. That's usually for foods that have been imported. But that's just a rule of thumb. I mean, there are exceptions, but if it has a sticker on it, it's very likely it wasn't grown in Naples or thereabouts. Pineapples almost never are. Pineapples do grow here. I'm surprised I don't see those more from local farms, but I think they take like 2 years to grow, so it might just be you have to have really big operations to make pineapples worth your time to grow. Oh, and Vanderbilt Beach does have more clothing type shops that are more Etsy type clothes, where it's not just bought at the store, like somebody actually made it or designed it somehow. I've never done one of those fishing charters, but it is on my to-do list. I'm looking forward to doing one of those. And this is the last flower shop I'll show you, and then we'll end the video. But overall, yeah, I really enjoy the farmers markets, and there are a ton of them here. I hope this gives you a good overview of what there is here, and we will see you in the next video. Take care. Ciao.